welcome to Rathods Science Academy. Today in this session we are going to see current affairs of 4th January 2024. So let's get started with our discussion. And there are very less number of articles in our today's newspaper which are related to your examination point of view. Okay, let us see here. The first topic, read the title. Health Ministry monitoring HMPV outbreak in China. So what is this article talking about? At least guess. In China, new disease, okay, new virus, and the name of that virus is HMPV. So can you guess what is this HMPV? Any guess regarding full form? Human metapneumovirus. Okay, it is causing which disease? Pneumonia. Which part of your body will be getting affected? Lungs. It is respiratory disease. So what happened like 4 years back during the same time, like COVID-19 outbreak? Yes. So after 4 years, again one more virus outbreak which happened in China. Is there any threat to India? Yes. How and why? How we are having a threat to India? So V stands for virus. So what is the problem with this virus? So how many different strains of COVID-19 came into evolution? Many types, right? So it can easily go for mutation. So what is meaning of mutation? Sudden genetic changes which happens, that is called as mutation. So whenever this virus is changing its genes, it will form new threats, right? So this is the one important problem. And one more thing is this virus outbreak happened in China. So with this China, we are sharing direct boundary. So because of this, there is a very easy chance of getting that virus into India. And one more important problem here is till now there is no medicine to treat this and there is no vaccine. So because of this, what happened? It will be emerging as a new pandemic. So this is also one important threat that we are going to have. And the specialty of this virus is, so this will be affecting children who are less than 14 years of age. So children are more vulnerable for this. So even if you see this pneumonia, normally newborn babies and as well as children who are below 5 years to 10 years, they will be getting this recurrent pneumonia. So in the same way, so this pneumovirus is also threat to less than 14 years of children. So what happens if children is getting affected? What will be the impact? So if this virus is affecting elderly people, somewhat we will be having benefits like decreasing of burden on the government. So old age people, they will be not contributing to the economy like that. But children, they are very important for our country because they comes under our demographic dividend, and in future they will be coming under work age population. Yes or no? So because of this will be like a huge cause of concern now for India. So here there is a high chance of getting question regarding what is this HMPV. Okay, and you have to see what are the specific details regarding that virus. So from which subject we can see this? Tell me the subjects. So first one is GS paper 3 under science and technology. Next, from GS paper 2 under governance point of view. And from GS paper 2 under international relations because it emerged in China. And from GS paper 3 under economy. So from all these subjects we can see this article. Okay, now let us see this in clear. So Union Health Ministry said that it was closely monitoring outbreak of human metapneumovirus in China. Okay, so this virus, it is affecting the respiratory system of the children, especially who are below 14 years of age. And actually, thank God, so till now in India, we didn't have any case which is reported regarding this virus, but we don't know what happens in the future. And next, if you see the details, 5 years after this COVID-19 pandemic, China is experiencing one more respiratory outbreak disease caused by this HMPV virus, which is affecting especially children who are below 14 years of age. And what are the symptoms after getting this virus into the body? Same like COVID-19, we have cough, fever, shortness of breath, and in severe cases there will be bronchitis. What is this bronchitis? Any idea? So anyone, do you know about what are the parts which are present in our respiratory system of your body? What are the parts we have in our respiratory system? So we have two lungs, right? So these are the two lungs. And what are the structure and functional unit of your lungs? Alveoli. So alveoli is very important. Why? Because the exchange of carbon dioxide and oxygen which happens in this alveoli. And here we have bronchi, and here we have division of this bronchi into bronchioles. So what happens if you get any fever, any cold or any bronchitis or pneumonia? Water will be get filled in this alveoli. Alveoli are nothing but the air spaces. But if that air spaces get filled with water, what happens? There will be no proper exchange of water. And even whenever you are taking your breathing, you will be getting wheezing sound, crack sound in your lungs. Okay, so this is the thing which happened here. So here in this bronchitis, so there will be the inflammation of this walls will happen. Inflammation of walls. So because of this inflammation of walls, you will be getting recurrent cough. Whenever you are coughing recurrently, I think you might have observed some cracking sound like that. Okay, so that sound, it is because of inflammation of this bronchi. And actually if you are getting cold and cough, if you go to any hospital, so they will be using the stethoscope and they will be hearing the sound, so that they can understand that in which area the problem is there in your lungs, and later on they will be suggesting x-ray. So after getting this x-ray done, we can clearly see in which area or in which part of the lung what is the abnormality which happened, and based on that they will be giving some medicines. Okay, so here in this case what happens? Bronchitis. So whatever the bronchi they are there, so the inflammation in this bronchus which happen, that condition is called as bronchitis. And pneumonia, pneumonia is nothing but alveoli is filled with water. Okay, so here actually it is not for the first time we identified this virus, but even in 2001, I guess, in the first time it was identified in 2001 by Dutch scientists. And in the recent past, in 2011 to 2012, US, Canada and Europe, they also reported these cases. Okay, so here we have to go for collaboration with the different countries, and we can get the best practices from there, like how they faced this problem and how they came out of this problem, so that China can implement similar type of strategies so that this problem can be addressed. So if you see some facts regarding this human metapneumovirus, it is RNA virus. So remember this. So here you may get a question like it is a DNA virus. It is not DNA, it is RNA. So what is the difference between DNA and RNA? Okay, RNA is single stranded and DNA is double stranded. So we have ribose sugar here, we have deoxyribose sugar. So these are the two important major differences between RNA and DNA. And this virus belongs to Pneumoviridae family. And for the first time it was identified in 2001 by Dutch scientists. Okay. Especially it caused respiratory infections during winter and as well as spring season. So how it will be spread? Respiratory droplets. Whenever they are coughing or whenever they are sneezing, they what have small droplets that will come from your nose or like mouth. So if any person is getting contact with that infected thing, they will be getting this infection. And next one is direct contact. So if you're going and if you're directly touching that everything, then you will be getting. And next one is contaminated surfaces. Like for example, we have one tradition in our family that we will be having common dinners. We will be using the same plates for different people like that. So if you're having that kind of contaminated surfaces in that environment, also there is a easy spread of this COVID-19 happens. sorry, this is happening. So actually during this COVID-19, the widespread of this COVID-19 happened because of this reason. So in our traditional Indian families, so we used to have common kitchens. We will be having common set of plates and things will be used by the people. And even if you see how the washing of clothes will happen, so whatever the clothes which had been removed by all people, they will be washed at a same place, and they'll be using similar kind of buckets and everything, right? So for that, what happened, the infection will be get transferred easily. So this is one important reason where contaminated surfaces plays a very important role in spreading of contaminated diseases. And next, if you see the key reasons why we are having concerns, because who are the vulnerable population? They are under 14, and especially even sometimes elderly people who are having respiratory problems like asthma, history of asthma, like that, they will be also getting risk. And this one is there is no vaccine so far. And this one is even reinfection is possible. So after once you get infection, and if you're getting treated and if you're feeling well, again there is a chance of getting reinfection. So this is also one cause of concern regarding this new virus. Here, say this article: India protest new Chinese contis in Ladakh. IR is done. So what is the meaning of contis? Huh? Okay, it is nothing but a geographical region within a country is called as contis. So here this article is saying that India is protesting against new Chinese contis in Ladakh. So can you expect what, can you guess like what it is talking about, in which region in India? Aksai Chin. Okay, where is Aksai Chin located? So if you consider this is northern part of our country, here we have LAC. What is this LAC? Line of actual control. So this region is called as Aksai Chin. So this region is under control of China now, right? So in this region, China came with two important counties. Okay, so that is in this Horton Prefecture. You have to remember this Horton Prefecture. So tell me, India is considering this region as integral part of our country, right? So if Chinese is developing its own contest in this region, what will be the impact? Why India is protesting? So tell me, what is the impact of declaring two contests in this region? So obviously it is affecting our territorial integrity and sovereignty, right? Because we are considering this region is an integral part of India. Next, what will be the effects? Huh? Okay. Pakistan threat from China. Okay, Pakistan threat. Because China and Pakistan are friends. Okay, next. How migration will happen? So that region is mostly people will be not there, very less populated region. Okay, spread of virus. Next. Next, come on, think what happens. Why oxygen is important for India? Yeah, mountain region. Next. So which tribal communities are present in this region? Very less, only tribal people who are nomadic people. So recently, what advancement which happened in this Ladakh region? So have you heard more than 40 acts they came into India, which are straight from China? Have you heard this? Next, tell me what will be the impact on relations with India and China? So actually, we have stand up since 2020 in this LAC region, and recently in this 2024, we came up with resolution. So if they are coming up with these two contests in this region, can we accept that we are going to have a full resolution of issue? Full thing? No, right? So again, this issue may arise. So even this is one cause of concern. So these things are which are said in this article, and this topic is important from GS paper 2 under international relations. And even you have to see GS paper 1 geography in this region. And here you have to see if there is one more important province, that is Xinjiang province. So why this Xinjiang province is in news? Xinjiang province. Dam construction next. Xinjiang province is not related to dam. Next. So human rights violations is happening in the Xinjiang region. I think in international relations sir said about the Xinjiang province. Yes or no? What he said? Xinjiang province. See about that Xinjiang province. And one more thing here is, tell me about different strategies which are used by China against India. China's strategies against India. Come on, tell me. String of pearls. Next. Huh? Okay, BRI. Belt and Road Initiative. Next. CPEC, China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, that will be going in through this region. Again, that is one cause of concern for India. Next, they are coming up with water wars. So what is that dam? Super dam. Super dam on Brahmaputra river. So to counter this, India came up with this Siang dam. And what is this counter projects of a string of pearls of China by India? Necklace of diamond. Okay, so these are the things which are given here. So actually they focused on this region and they said about this super dam. So these are the two important areas which are said in this article clearly. So now let us see here. So India has expressed its strong opposition to China's recent formation of two new counties. So write down the names. The first one is Heian County and second one is Hekong County. They are in this Hotan prefecture. So in this prefecture, they are coming up with these two counties. They are present in Ladakh. So here if you see, this is India. So in this region, they are coming up with this Hotan and Hita, like that. And here you can see this is that region, this red color part. Okay, let us see here the formation of this Heian and Hekang counties in China. They are direct challenge to our India's sovereignty over Ladakh. And even if you want to maintain this territorial integrity and sovereignty, we have to maintain our own boundaries clearly, right? So this is one thing which says that we need to have a strong foreign policy. And next one here is India is going for a formal protest through diplomatic channels. That means we need proper communication with these Chinese officials. So we are not having proper communication channels and as well as negotiation in international relations. So we need to have a proper channels. And this one here is, they also came up with announcement of mega dam project or like super dam on this Yarlung Sangpo, that is nothing but Brahmaputra river. So whenever they are constructing a very big dam, what happen? It will be altering water flow into our country, so that it will be affecting water security of our country. Okay, so here we have to focus on India's water security because India is lower riparian state. If they leave the water, that water will enter into India. If they are not leaving, the water will not enter into our India. So here we have a lot of concerns regarding diversion of water from this Brahmaputra river to other areas by this dam. So here we, what happens whenever they are not leaving the water into India, it will be having impact on our agriculture security, food security, and as well as water security in these regions of Arunachal Pradesh and as well as Assam. And if you see historically also, we have lot of disputes with China. So tell me about in which year, what are the disputes which happened with China? 1962 Indo-China War. After that, Tawang issue. Next, 2017 Doklam issue. 2020 LAC issue. So we have to learn from our past. So what happened in this 2020 was Galwan Valley incident. In that incident, 20 Indian soldiers, they died. Okay. So here we have to go for safing of our borders. Especially we have to go for diplomatic dialogues between this India and China. And next one here is we need to also can use our influence in the different countries, in different organizations, and we can place this issue there so that we will be getting even international norms. Okay, so we will be showing that our international norms, we are following that. Okay, so that is the thing. And even because of these dams which are constructing on this Yarlung Sangpo, there are also some environmental concerns they are having. So because if you see these Himalayas, so why this Himalayas formed and how this Himalayas formed? Because of plate movements, right? So is that region very stable? No, it is unstable region. So whenever we are going for development of this kind of big projects, especially hydropower projects, is that viable? No, right? So it will be also having environmental concerns. So one of the important reasons for this events like sinking of Joshimath and as well as landslides in this Himalayas, it is because of dams. Dams will also cause earthquakes, right? Okay, so it is one of the man-made causes. So this is also one important environmental concern which is mainly said. And even this northeast is very much rich in biodiversity. So if you're going for stopping of the flow of natural water, it will be having impact on environment as well. That is the thing which mainly said. See here, new draft policy on agriculture is worse than previous laws. What is this article talking about? Who can you see here? Punjab people and Haryana people, what they are doing? They are doing some protest, right? So have you seen this person? Who is that famous person who had been admitted in hospital? Who is that person? So why only Punjab and Haryana, they are much concerned? What is the reason? They are agriculturally very prosperous states compared to that of other area. Okay. So here you have to know about NPFAM, right, somewhere. That is National Policy Framework on Agriculture Marketing. National Policy Framework on Agriculture Marketing. So if you are talking about agriculture, there are lots of problems and challenges, right? So these problems and challenges can be divided into different phases. Pre-sowing phase, sowing phase, during harvest phase, and next one is post-harvest phase. If you see about this pre-sowing, what are the problems faced by a farmer? Pre-sowing means before sowing the greens or before sowing things. They have to make the land ready. They have to make the land ready and they have to bring the seeds. And they have to bring the fertilizers, pesticides, etc. So for all these things, they need money. So what is this money called as? Capital. So what is that money? Input cost. So where they will be getting this money? Do everyone have access to the banks? Do everyone have that paperwork, everything? So they will be going for informal money lenders. So if they're going for money lenders, what are the problems? High rate of interest. Rate of interest is very high. Apart from that, if you see seeds, do they get high quality seeds? So wherever you go, there is corruption, there is substandard things. Even medicines also we are seeing substandard things, right? So what about the seeds? Nakli seeds, we will be getting that. And what about fertilizers? So there will be lack of availability of fertilizers for sure. So if you want to get the fertilizers, you have to wait for 2 to 3 days before that so and so agency. It will be not at all easy. If you are from that farmer family, you will be knowing about this. So there are lots of problems before sowing. So everything is done. So finally they got the seeds and fertilizers. Now they will be starting for sowing. So what are the problems of farmer during the sowing period? So who will sow the seeds or like transplantation? Labor. So agriculture labor. So do they come for cheap labor? Now even they are earning 800 rupees, 900 rupees per day if they are coming for just 5 to 6 hours. So it is becoming very costly. Agriculture labor is becoming very costly now. In some areas, these people, they are migrating to urban areas. That means there is lack of availability of agriculture labor is also happening. So because of the scarcity of agricultural labor, the demand for these people had been increased and the wages for them had been increased. And even we have this MG Narega program. So because of this MG Narega program, if they are having work during this sowing time, so people, they will be not at all interested to come and do the work in the fields. And apart from that, so during sowing, we need to know that whether the rain will come or not. So after going for sowing, if there is no rain, waste of money. So climate change is also having one important impact on this sowing. Okay, next. So during harvest time, so everything is done. Finally, we are going for harvesting of the produce. At that time, what are the problems? So farmer will think, yes, I got a bumper crop. If suddenly rain happens, suddenly at midnight, 2 or 3, what happens? Everything will go on waste. That means weather conditions is also a problem. I am talking about weather here because it is for a short phenomena. Climate is for a long duration. Okay, weather conditions. Next, after harvesting, do they have proper storage areas? Storage problems again. And next one is always what are the harvest you are getting? It will be affected by rodents. What are rodents? Rats and rat family, bandicoots, etc. They'll comes under this category. And next, okay, finally harvest is done. So they are going for selling of that harvest. So during the selling of harvest, what are the problems you have faced, farmers? Okay, so they will be not getting proper price. Price is less. Next, if they are going for APMC mandis or markets, we have middlemen. And for this middlemen, they have to give commission. Next, lack of, okay, they are not getting proper MSPs. Next, so if they are going to the market and if they are seeing that the price is low, if they want to store their produce anywhere, do we have any cold storage systems? There is no efficient cold storage system now. Next, and if they want to sell to the people directly, do they have any channel? So we have enam, but many people, they don't know about this enam. There is lack of awareness about the channels where they can approach people directly. Next, come on, think. What are the other post harvest problems? Huh? Yeah, we don't have proper transportation. We have transport problems. So all these are the different problems. At every stage, farmer is facing lot of problems. So because of this, many a times farmers, they think that the next generation of their family should not enter into this agriculture. If no one is ready to do the next generation agriculture, from where will we be getting food? Okay, so these are the things which are happening really in our country. Okay, so because of that, government is taking a lot of steps for providing some incentives for the farmers. So now tell me, what are the government schemes? Now tell me, what are the schemes that you know about agriculture or farmer related schemes? Okay, PM Kisan. Is it a central government scheme or state government scheme? Central government scheme. So under this, government will be getting, sorry, farmers will be getting 6,000 rupees as input cost. Next. Okay, Raitu Bharosa. It is state government scheme. It is Telangana or AP? It is AP. And in Telangana also we have similar scheme, that is Raitu Bandhu scheme. And in Odisha, similar kind of scheme, that is called as Khalia scheme. Okay, apart from these state schemes, say about central government schemes. Is there any insurance related scheme? PM Fasal Bhima Yojana. Next, government is providing fertilizer subsidy. Next, so for decreasing of wastage of food, government is focusing on food processing. That is called as PM Sampada Yojana. Next, next, come on. PM Kisan Fasal Bima Yojana subsidy, PM Sampada. So do government using any AI or portals? AI or portals. So recently I said farmers, they can directly come in contact with the scientists regarding any doubts. What is that portal is about? Huh? Again you forgot, very good. And we can use here ENAM. Next, E-Gram Swaraj. So like that, make a list of government schemes. Okay, so here if you want to make efficient notes, so see these problems and at every stage of problems faced by farmer, so which kind of schemes government is providing. So write in that way, regarding seeds how they are providing, regarding fertilizers, regarding rent. So for example, we have this Jandan Yojana, it is zero bank accounts. Okay, so that people will be getting direct benefit transfer to their accounts. That is one important program which came up by the government to address this problem of high rate of interest. Next, see the sowing. So sowing time, how government is helpful, and during harvest period and during post harvest losses regarding things. So what are the government schemes, everything that you have to make a note. So that for sure agriculture is one important area where you will be getting prelims and mains question for sure. And if you see in your economy and your geography, you will be getting most of the questions from this agriculture. So if you are getting any question, you can use this content to write any question. So be careful with this agriculture. And along with this, you have to see land reforms also. These are two areas where you have to focus more for UPSC. So now let us see this article. So this article is talking about agriculture marketing. So recently government came up with national policy framework on agriculture marketing, and it had been kept for public comments. And now the farmers union, that union is called as Samyukt Kisan Morcha. So it said that it is not good. We are not accepting with this draft. So let us see what is there in that draft. So first they said that we are going to establish a committee. Okay, Agriculture Market Reform Committee. And this committee will be containing members from state agriculture ministers, and they will be building consensus among the states, and they will be moved towards unified national market for agriculture produce through a single licensing registration system and single fee. So they are saying that we are going to have a committee. In that committee, we will be including the state agriculture ministers, and they will be talking with these union ministers, and finally we are going to come up with a unified national market for agriculture produce. For example, if you take in our state, sorry, in our country, we have many states, and each and every state is not producing the same thing. Some states are producing rice, some states are producing wheat, like that. So if you are making this national market for agriculture, what will be the advantage? Do we have any advantage if you are having this national market for agriculture? So one unified portal, is that useful? So if you are making that, what happened? We are having a single license, and single register system and single fee, so that the farmers, they can directly reach the people, so that we can eliminate the problem of middlemen. So this is the first proposal. And next one is to improve farmer market linkage. So here they declare large number of need-based warehouses or cold age storages as sub-market yards, and they want to expand and they want to consolidate E-NAM beyond APMC market. So here one more important problem here is cold storage system is not there. So what is advantage of cold storage system? For example, I am a farmer. In my farm, I got 100 kgs of tomato. For example, I am going this tomato, and in my farm, I got 100 kgs of tomato. If I go to the market, so today the price is just 10 rupees per kg. So normally this tomato price is varying in the market. Sometimes it will be 40 rupees, 50 rupees, even it will goes to 120 and 180 rupees also. So if I'm selling today, it will be like 10 rupees. I will be getting how much? Just 1000 rupees for my 3 months of hard work, for example. So if I'm selling it after 10 days, if the price is like 30 rupees per kg, I will be getting 3000 rupees. That means there is double or triple that I will be getting. So because of that, here if the price is very low, if I'm taking my produce into cold storage room and if I'm storing there, what happens ultimately? I will be getting more price. So the problem in India is we don't have proper efficient cold storage system. Okay, so now they are saying that we are going to improve this cold storage system mechanism. And next one is they want to expand even eNAM. eNAM is a website where farmers, they can directly sell their produce to the people. So we are going to expand this rather than focusing on this APMC market. So this is the thing which mainly said. And next one is they are also going to come up with this APMC reforms. Okay, so they want to improve the income of farmers by notifying new agriculture produce, and they want to promote even food processing activities as well. And other things which mainly said is they are also going to use this AI. They want to go and use this blockchain technology with private sector participation, so that we can increase access for the farmers for this market. And next one is they want to launch price insurance scheme as well, because untimely rains, droughts, etc. For example, if there is any locust attack, do you know what is this locust? What is this locust? In Telugu they will call midatalu. So the lakhs of this locusts, they will come and they will sit on the farm, and within 1 hour they will eat everything which is present. Nothing will be there. So if that time of things which happens means, it will be causes huge losses to the farmer, right? At that time farmer need insurance, so they want to increase even insurance. They want to come up with a price insurance scheme. Okay, and even government want to promote ease of doing agri trade by digital automation of mandi process, and they want to go for issuing of licenses, registration to the traders, and as well as private market operators. So on this point here, these farmers, they are not accepting this, because they are encouraging private market operators. Again, it will be back to this APMC mandis. Okay, so that is the thing. And see here, water woes. What is this article talking about? Nitrate pollution in groundwater. So what is a disease which caused by nitrate pollution? Blue baby syndrome. It is also called as methanoglobinemia. Okay, same thing which is said here. So India is facing a critical challenge with rising of nitrate levels in groundwater. So this is said by recent report. In this Central Groundwater Board came up with an annual report, and in this report it said that there is increasing of nitrate levels. So if you are comparing with 2017 to 2023, so from 359 to 440 villages they are facing. That means in our country, half of our country's districts are having this nitrate pollution. So it is like a serious threat. So what happens whenever the children who are consuming this nitrate polluted groundwater, they will be getting this disease called as blue baby syndrome or methemoglobinemia. So it is a serious condition that will lead to fatalities. Fatality is nothing but death as well. And this health condition which is necessitating that we have to take some immediate action so that we can monitor and we can manage this nitrate levels in this drinking water. And if you see, there is also economic impact of nitrates. Whenever there is increasing of nitrate or concentration of nitrogen or nitrates in this groundwater, it will also leads to the increasing of growth of algae. That will cause algal bloom. So because of this algal bloom, again BOD will be increased, and again it will be having impact on fishes. Fishes will die. Then what happened? And even livelihoods of the people who are dependent on this fishing will be also get affected. That is the thing which mainly said. So because of that, what happened? Food chain, wood web, that will be get affected, and finally we will be having very huge economic and ecological consequences. Okay, that is the thing, nothing more than that. And even groundwater extraction is also one of the important cause of increasing of nitrate. Whenever we are extracting more amount of water, what happened? Water content in the ground will be decreased. So in that less amount of water, the concentration is always high. So that is the thing which mainly said we have to control this groundwater extraction as well. Yeah, see this India cross-border insolvency and legal reform. What is this article talking about? Cross-border means between the countries. So we came up with this LPG reforms in which year? 1991. Okay, what is this LPG liberalization? What is the meaning of liberalization? Allowing or encouraging private license process everything. Privatization is nothing but increasing of private participation. Globalization nothing but interconnected trade. So whenever we are having trade with the different countries, what happens if one country is not paying the dues? For example, India is importing goods from China, but India is not paying. Then what happened? For example, you got a loan from a bank, but you're not paying interest or any principal for 3 months, what it is called as non-performing assets. So for clearing of non-performing assets, India came up with this insolvency and bankruptcy law. So in the same way, if trade is happening between the two countries, so if countries are not paying the dues, what about that that clearance? So we need to have cross-border insolvency. So this is the idea. I hope you understood, right? Okay, now let us see this article. So because of increasing of international trade is increasing. So can you tell me topmost trade partners of India, which countries? Topmost, 5 topmost countries. Don't be random. China, Japan, Russia, US. Ah, that's why I asked topmost 5 countries. This is my one of yesterday's interview question. Ah, with which countries we are having trade? Topmost 5 trading partners of India. Saudi Arabia. What about China, US, Japan? Do this work. So whenever you are seeing anything, see correctly. And you have to see the order, which is the first, second, third, fourth, and fifth. So in this way, you'll get exact your interview questions. Okay, so the growth of international trade, which has exacerbated the challenges associated with this cross-border insolvency in India. So here this article is saying that we need to have a proper insolvency mechanism and as well as proper laws. We had laws that are outdated. We have to go for updation of our laws so that we can ensure economic stability and we can attract proper foreign investments and we can enable corporate restructuring as well as in our country. That is the thing, nothing more than that. So actually here this article is focusing on outdated laws. So if you see the history of laws in India, so they are very outdated. So here according to modern era, so we have to update our laws. Whatever the critical gaps are there, we have to go and fill that so that we can address current economic realities. That's it, nothing more about that. Okay, so these are the important topics that appeared in our today's Hindu newspaper. By this, I'm concluding. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. And please do subscribe to this Rathods Science Academy and don't forget to like and share this class. And anthropology course is going to be started from today. If you're interested, so please contact us.